So right now, Hurricane Maria has just moved off Puerto Rico just about an hour or two ago, and already it's intensifying. Pressures have dropped from 961 to 958, and the winds have went up from 115 to 125. The storm is already intensifying. There's already thunderstorms forming around a newly developing eye. The storm is really getting its act together fairly quickly. I mean, because it spent only several hours over Puerto Rico and did not spend much time over land. While the circulation was briefly disrupted, it was only briefly disrupted, and it's quickly getting its act together. Keep in mind, Hurricane Georges went over Puerto Rico, over the entire portion of the Dominican Republic, over almost all of Cuba, and was still a hurricane. It emerged into the Gulf as a hurricane and quickly became a Cat 2, but didn't become any stronger than that because it spent so much time over extremely disruptive terrain for like several days. But here's the thing. Maria only briefly spent time over land, which means that it's going to quickly get its act together. The circulation is not highly disrupted. Puerto Rico is a small island. And the water temperatures are incredibly warm just north of Puerto Rico. They're still 85, 86 degrees, even after, Irma passed over the waters. Because eventually, Maria is going to go northwest to where it wasn't touched by Irma or Jose. And there will have a lot of time to intensify, maybe 24 to 36 hours, and it could once again become a Cat 4. A strong Cat 4. That I don't think it will become a 5 anymore, because I think that time has passed. It's over slightly cooler waters now. Instead of being 87, 88, it's about 85, 86. So Irma can definitely intensify fairly rapidly. But once it gets to about 35 degrees north, about off the coast of North Carolina, it's going to run into some cooler waters upwelled by Jose. But I think by then the water temperatures will rebound slightly from the mid to upper 60s, probably to the low to mid 70s. But that will disrupt the circulation. That will weaken the storm. And by the time it makes it to the northeast, if it does impact us, it will probably be a Category 1 hurricane. But here is the difference. I was looking at the 12Z run of the GFS, which had the storm turning westward instead of northwestward, which made me think, if it's going to go west, it will end up being further south, because instead of going northwest, it's going more west-northwest. So at the same time it will take to go northwest, it's going more westerly, so it will end up being further to the south as a result. But, in fact, I looked at the current Hurricane Hunter data information. It's still moving northwest, like the NAM suggested. And the 12Z NAM, at the last few frames, had Jose just south of Long Island moving westward, and Maria as well starting to turn northwestward, hinting that there'd be a little bit of Fujiwara. So when Jose ends up making landfall in the mid-Atlantic, that will pull Jose westward, which could cause a landfall somewhere along the mid-Atlantic coast, but then at the same time a trough will come in, so you might have a landfall and then a quick curve to the northeast, which could mean a big storm for areas from Delaware up through New England. You might not have a Category 3 or 4 hurricane. Absolutely not. You're not going to have a catastrophic hurricane, but you're going to have a fairly major storm coming into New York. Nothing like Sandy, because Sandy merged with a very powerful extratropical low, like it merged with a very strong jet stream, which gave it more energy. That really will not be happening. So Jose will pull Maria to the west. But what that will do, what Maria will end up doing, is sort of transitioning from a hurricane to an extratropical system. And it could also start lowering its pressures because of that, which could expand its wind field. So you could theoretically have another Sandy-type system. But at this point, it's fairly unlikely, unless it does a left-hand hook as a stronger system than Sandy. But at this point in time, I don't think we're going to get another Sandy. I think we're going to get maybe a Hurricane Emily-type storm that we had in 1993, where it goes in and then out. Or maybe a closer call, you might have a Hurricane Bob-type scenario, where it goes into New England as a minimal hurricane. Bob hit as a 2, but I think it will impact the Northeast as a 1 due to the cooler waters. I mean, even though it's going to be very warm the next several days, which means the immediate coastal waters might be above normal, be very warm, You're going further south, you're going to run into cooler waters upwelled by the two previous tropical systems, Jose and the potential tropical cyclone 10 that we had in the beginning of September. Actually, the end of August. So the coastal water temperatures might rebound into the lower to mid 70s because of the warm weather we're going to have for the next several days. But the rebounding will not be enough to give Maria any energy because it's going to be only the shallow waters. So further down below, it's going to be very cold. So my prediction is New York City will get some wind, some rain next Wednesday, about a week from now. Gusts of 50 miles an hour, some rain. Somewhat like we had yesterday with Jose, but maybe just a little more windier. That's what I'm thinking right now. Well, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye. Oh, but before I go, I think Jose will once again become a stronger hurricane. My prediction is for the winds to peak at 150 to 155 in the next several days. Pressures to probably get as low as in maybe the 920s. Well, thank you for watching. Bye.